Hey y'all, it's Tamisha and welcome back to Did You Say Something? If you didn't know, this podcast actually started because of the Plan a Wedding magazine. We launched the magazine in December 2021 and ran strong through December 2024. It became a space for couples who wanted more than surface level wedding talk. After 3 great years, we paused, not to quit, but to regroup, breathe, and plan for what's next. And now we're coming back with fresh new issues in 2026. The podcast was born from that same energy, real conversations about what happens before the wedding and everything that follows. Because the day is important, but the marriage, the life you build, that's the real work. And if you're planning right now and need support, my team at FMTY Weddings and Corporate Events is here for that too. We plan intimate, purposeful events across Georgia, the Carolinas, and beyond. You can learn more at theplanerwedmagazine.com and fmtyweddings&events.com. Now, let's get into this week's episode. If wedding planning is the only thing y'all talk about, you're not planning a wedding, you're running a meeting. And I'm not marrying anybody I only meet with on Tuesdays. Hey y'all, welcome back to Did You Say Something? It's the podcast where we say what everybody's thinking, but people are too polite to say out loud. I'm your host, Tamisha Kinlaw Carter, Chief and Certified Wedding and Event Planner, Coordinator, and the friend that's going to always tell you the absolute truth, with love of course, but still the truth. And today we're talking about something I wish more couples took seriously. Date night while planning a wedding. Because yes, the wedding is important, but the relationship is the reason for the wedding. And the fastest way to suck the joy out of an engagement is to turn your whole love story into a group project. And we know how I feel about group projects. This episode is brought to you by the Plan a Wedding magazine, a wedding planning and lifestyle magazine for couples who love beautiful details but still want a solid plan. We're relaunching digital issues this year, plus releasing one collector's print edition you want to keep. Get inspiration, practical guidance, and planning tools that make decisions easier. Visit theplanerwedmagazine.com and join the relaunch. Let's be real. Wedding planning can be exciting, but it can also be exhausting. It's decisions after decisions after decisions. Flowers, food, guest list, seating chart, vendors, contracts, deposits, dress fittings again. It's a whole lot. And if you don't protect your connection, wedding planning will begin to feel like a second job. And your partner will start to feel more like a coworker. And let me say this with clarity. Some of y'all are engaged but living with coworkers with a shared Google Doc, by the way. And that is not the vibe. Here's why this happens. Number one, decision fatigue. When you've made 20 wedding decisions in 1 week, you don't have patience left for normal life. Number two, wedding planning creates pressure. Even if you're excited, there's still pressure. Pressure to get it right. Pressure to please family. Pressure to stay on budget. Pressure to make it look like something. Number three, one person becomes the project manager, and the other person becomes the person who just shows up. Now listen, I'm not judging. This dynamic is common, but if you don't address it, resentment will show up. And resentment does not photograph well. So today I'm giving you a simple way to protect your relationship while you plan the wedding. I call it the 3-date rule. Okay, here we go. The 3-date rule means you have 3 different types of dates during wedding season. Not 1, 3. Because if you only have one type of date, the planning date, then all your time together becomes business. And again, We are not marrying coworkers, okay? You're marrying your partner. Date type. Number one, the no wedding talk date. This is a real date, at least once every 2 weeks. The rule is simple. No wedding talk, no vendor talk, no guest list talk, no babe, I just have one quick question about linens. No. You're going to talk about life. You're going to talk about dreams. You're going to talk about funny stuff, crack a little joke. You're going to talk about music, movies, the next trip, not your honeymoon, your goals, how you're doing emotionally. Because you have to remember you liked each other before the wedding. This date is about staying connected as people. And if you need a phrase for this, use this. Tonight is our no wedding talk date. We're choosing us. Now, date number 2, that's called the micro date. This is a weekly date. It's short, 30 to 60 minutes. The point of the micro date is consistency. This is the walk after dinner date, the dessert run date, the coffee stop date, the sitting on the porch date, a glass of wine and a playlist date, a quick let's go ride and talk date. It doesn't have to be expensive because connection is not about money. It's about intention. And let me say this line because I need y'all to hear me and hear me clearly. If you don't schedule love, the wedding will schedule stress. If you don't schedule love, the wedding will schedule stress. Okay? Here's date number 3, the planning date. I call it the CEO date. This is when you actually talk wedding. But here's the rules. It's timed. Set your clock. It has an agenda. Type it up. And it has a stop time because if you don't set structure, planning will expand and take over everything. So the CEO date is once a week for 60 to 90 minutes. Because before you start, you decide what the decisions are we're going to make today, what emails are we answering today, what payments are due today, what's the one thing we must finish before we stop. Then when the time is up, you stop. Even if you're in the middle of something, you stop. Because wedding planning will always give you one more thing. And you cannot live inside one more thing for 12 months. Now, I want to give you something you can use on the micro date or on your no wedding talk date. This is a quick connection checklist. 4 questions, that's it. Question 1, what are you excited about right now? Question 2, what's stressing you most right now? Question 3, what do you need from me this week? Not what you need from the wedding, what you need from me. And question 4, what's one fun thing we're going to do before the next planning meeting? These 4 questions will keep y'all emotionally connected, not just logistically aligned. Because a good relationship doesn't need constant talk. It needs consistent care. Now, here's a reality check. Now, let me say something else that I feel that you're going to need. And some people don't like this part, but I'm going to give it to you anyway. Sometimes planning reveals deeper issues, communication issues, money issues, family boundary issues, control issues. And instead of pretending those issues aren't there, handle them. Because the wedding will not fix what you refuse to address. If you find yourselves arguing constantly or avoiding each other or keeping score, pause, get support, talk to someone, counseling, a neutral third party, because your marriage deserves better than we'll figure it out later. That's one of the biggest mistakes you can make. All right. Y'all, here's your challenge for this week. Schedule one micro date and schedule one CEO planning date with a stop time. And if you're brave, schedule a no wedding talk date and actually stick to it, because your relationship deserves attention during the season, not just after the wedding. If this episode helped you, send it to a friend who's engaged and stressed out right now. And if you want more honest wedding planning advice with a lifestyle twist, make sure you subscribe, leave a review, and follow along. I'm Tamisha Kinlaw Carter, and this is another episode of Did You Say Something? And remember, plan the wedding, but protect the relationship, because the wedding is one day and the marriage is the rest of your life.